Hello, future scientists and curious minds. Are you ready for some amazing fun? Today, we're going to dive into the incredible world of science. And guess what? It doesn't have to be complicated or take a long time. That's right. You don't need a fancy lab or special equipment to discover awesome scientific principles. All you need are some everyday items you can find right in your home. We're talking about simple things like water, oil, and even baking soda. With these common materials, we can unlock some truly exciting scientific secrets. These quick and easy tricks are designed to spark your curiosity and show you just how much fun learning can be. Get ready to be amazed and maybe even inspire a lifelong love for science. First up, we have a classic experiment that's super cool to watch. We're going to make our very own lava lamp. It's a fantastic way to see science in action with a beautiful, bubbly display. This experiment is a visual treat, and it's one that always gets a big wow from everyone who sees it. It's a perfect example of how simple ingredients can create something truly spectacular. For this awesome project, you'll need a few things. Grab a clear plastic bottle, like an empty soda bottle, so you can see all the magic happening inside. You'll also need some water, regular vegetable oil from your kitchen, and a few drops of food coloring in your favorite shade. Finally, the secret ingredient for the bubbles is an Alka-Seltzer tablet. Let's get started. First, carefully pour water into your clear plastic bottle until it's about 1/4 full. Don't fill it up too much, because we need room for our next ingredient. Next, slowly pour the vegetable oil into the bottle, filling it almost to the top. Make sure to leave a little space at the very top so nothing overflows. You'll notice something interesting happening right away. Now for some color. Add a few drops of your chosen food coloring into the bottle. Watch as the tiny drops sink through the oil and mix with the water below. It's like a colorful rain shower. Finally, for the grand finale, break an Alka-Seltzer tablet into a few pieces and drop one piece into the bottle. Get ready to watch your very own lava lamp come to life. So what's happening here? This amazing experiment demonstrates two super important scientific principles: density and buoyancy. Let's break them down. Density is all about how much stuff is packed into a certain amount of space. Think of it like this. If you have a box and you fill it with feathers, it will be much lighter than if you fill the same box with rocks. The rocks are denser than the feathers. In our lava lamp, the vegetable oil is less dense than the water. That's why the oil floats on top of the water and they don't mix. The oil molecules are spread out more, making it lighter for its size compared to water. When you add the food coloring, it's water-based, so it sinks through the oil and mixes with the water layer. It's like the food coloring knows exactly where its friends are. Now, what about the Alka-Seltzer tablet? When it hits the water, it starts to dissolve and creates a chemical reaction. This reaction produces a gas called carbon dioxide. These carbon dioxide gas bubbles are lighter than both the water and the oil. They attach themselves to the colored water droplets and carry them upwards through the oil. This is where buoyancy comes in. Buoyancy is the upward push that a liquid or gas exerts on an object. It's what makes things float. The gas bubbles are buoyant, so they lift the colored water. When the gas bubbles reach the top, they pop, releasing the carbon dioxide into the air. Without the gas bubbles holding them up, the colored water droplets become denser than the oil again. Because they are now denser than the oil, the colored water droplets sink back down to the bottom, ready to be lifted up again by new gas bubbles. This continuous cycle creates the mesmerizing lava effect. You can keep adding more Alka-Seltzer tablets to keep the show going. It's a fantastic way to see how different substances interact based on their density and how gases can create movement. Next up, we have another absolute classic that's guaranteed to be a hit: the baking soda and vinegar volcano. This experiment is super exciting and always delivers a spectacular eruption. It's a fantastic way to see a chemical reaction happen right before your eyes, creating a foamy, bubbly explosion that looks just like a real volcano erupting. Get ready for some awesome action. For this experiment, you'll need a few simple items. First, you'll want something to make your volcano shape. Play-Doh, clay, or even a plastic cup turned upside down can work perfectly. You'll also need a small container to place inside your volcano shape. This will hold our special ingredients. And of course, the stars of the show, baking soda and vinegar. Let's build our volcano. If you're using Play-Doh or clay, mold it into a mountain shape with a hole in the top. Place your small container inside this hole, making sure it's secure. If you're using a cup, just make sure it's stable. Now for the magic powder. Carefully pour a few spoonfuls of baking soda into the small container inside your volcano. Don't be shy, a good amount will give you a great eruption. Finally, for the big moment, take your vinegar and add a splash, or a good pour, directly into the container with the baking soda. Stand back and watch the incredible eruption begin. So, what incredible science is happening here? This experiment is a fantastic demonstration of a chemical reaction, specifically an acid-base reaction and the production of gas. Baking soda, which is also known as sodium bicarbonate, is a base. Vinegar, which is mostly acetic acid, is an acid. When an acid and a base mix, they love to react with each other. When the baking soda and vinegar come together, they don't just mix, they undergo a chemical change. This means they transform into new substances. It's like they're having a party and creating new friends. One of the new substances they create is a gas called carbon dioxide. Yes, it's the same gas we saw in our lava lamp, and it's also the gas we breathe out. As the carbon dioxide gas is produced, it needs somewhere to go. It quickly expands and tries to escape from the mixture. This rapid expansion is what causes all those amazing bubbles and foam. The gas pushes its way out of the container, carrying some of the liquid with it, creating that spectacular eruption effect. The more baking soda and vinegar you use, the bigger the eruption. This reaction is exothermic, which means it can sometimes feel a little cool to the touch because it absorbs heat from its surroundings. It's a super fast and energetic reaction. You can experiment with different amounts of baking soda and vinegar to see how it changes the size and duration of your volcano's eruption. You can even add a drop of dish soap to make the foam even bigger and longer lasting. This experiment teaches us that when certain substances combine, they can create entirely new things, including gases that can cause exciting visual effects. It's a powerful example of chemistry in action. Are you ready for a slightly more advanced, but incredibly beautiful science trick? We're going to make a stunning rainbow in a jar. This experiment is all about layers of color and a very important scientific principle. It's like creating a beautiful, layered dessert, but instead of eating it, we get to watch different liquids magically stack on top of each other. It's a true feast for your eyes and your brain. For this colorful experiment, you'll need several liquids, each with a different density. Don't worry, they're all pretty easy to find. You'll need honey, corn syrup, dish soap, water, vegetable oil, and rubbing alcohol. To make your rainbow even more vibrant, you'll also need some food coloring. We'll use it to give our water and rubbing alcohol distinct colors, making the layers pop. Let's get started on our rainbow masterpiece. The key to this experiment is to pour the liquids very carefully and in the correct order, starting with the densest liquid first. First, pour a layer of honey into your clear jar. This is the heaviest or densest liquid, so it will form the very bottom layer of your rainbow. Take your time and pour it gently. Next, slowly add a layer of corn syrup on top of the honey. You can tilt the jar slightly and pour the corn syrup down the side to help it layer without mixing. After the corn syrup, it's time for the dish soap. Again, pour it gently down the side of the jar to create a distinct layer above the corn syrup. You'll start to see your rainbow forming. Now for the water. Before you add it, put a few drops of food coloring into your water to give it a bright color, like blue or green. Then, very carefully pour the colored water on top of the dish soap. Almost there. Next comes the vegetable oil. This liquid is much lighter than the previous ones, so it will float nicely on top of the colored water. Pour it slowly and watch it settle. Finally, for the very top layer, we'll use rubbing alcohol. Add a few drops of a different food coloring to your rubbing alcohol, perhaps red or purple, to make it stand out. Then, gently pour it on top of the oil. And there you have it, a beautiful, layered rainbow right inside your jar. It's a stunning display of science that you can admire for a long time. So, what amazing scientific principle is at play here? This experiment is a fantastic demonstration of density and how different substances separate by weight. Remember how we talked about density with the lava lamp? It's all about how much stuff is packed into a certain amount of space. Liquids with more stuff packed in are denser, and they sink. Liquids with less stuff are less dense, and they float. In our rainbow jar, each liquid has a different density. Honey is the densest, meaning it has the most mass packed into its volume, so it sinks to the bottom. Corn syrup is less dense than honey but denser than dish soap, so it sits above the honey. Each liquid finds its perfect spot based on its density, creating those distinct layers. The rubbing alcohol is the least dense of all the liquids we used. Its molecules are spread out the most, making it the lightest for its size, which is why it floats right on top. It's like a liquid skyscraper, with each floor occupied by a different liquid based on its weight. The liquids don't mix because their densities are so different, and they prefer to stay in their own layers. This experiment shows us that even though liquids might look similar, they can have very different properties. Density is a fundamental property of matter, and it helps us understand why things float or sink. You can even try dropping small objects into your rainbow jar, like a grape, a plastic bead, or a paperclip, and see which layer they stop at. This will tell you if the object is denser or less dense than that particular liquid. Wow, wasn't that incredible? We just explored 3 super cool science tricks that you can do in just a few minutes, right at home. From bubbly lava lamps to erupting volcanoes and colorful rainbows, science is truly everywhere. These experiments are perfect examples of how quick and easy science can be. They provide a fun and engaging way for you to learn about important scientific concepts like density, chemical reactions, and the properties of matter. By trying these tricks, you're not just having fun, you're fostering wonder and encouraging your own exploration of the amazing world of science. Every experiment is a chance to ask questions, make observations, and discover something new. So go ahead, try these experiments yourself, and keep that curiosity burning bright. Who knows what incredible scientific discoveries you'll make next? Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep having fun with science.